What's up, fellow anime, weeb, genocidal philosophers, and anime scholars? Today, we're diving into something deeper than Naruto's backstory and twisteder than Eren's spinal transformation. This video is called The Genocide Brothers, how Eren and Itachi broke the cycle of hatred. And no, this isn't a new rap duo, though I totally streamed that mixtape. We're going to break down two of anime's most iconic anti-heroes, Eren Yeager, the Titan God turned mass murderer, and Itachi Uchiha, the Sharingan genius turned clan killer. Two young men, two nations, two genocides with one goal: peace. But at what cost? In this video, we'll explore how both characters carried the sins of their people, why their actions were both horrifying and somehow justified, who suffered more, who was morally superior, and who would win if these two tragic titans clashed, and what might happen if their worlds collided. So buckle up, grab your ODM gear, or throw on your Akatsuki cloak. We're diving in. In classic literature, a tragic hero is someone of noble intentions who falls from grace due to a flaw, usually pride, trauma, or insane government conspiracies involving mass murder. I'm looking at you, Konoha and Marley. Both Itachi Uchiha and Eren Yeager fit this mold like a glove soaked in blood. Itachi, at age 13, he became a double agent, massacred his entire clan, including his own parents, to stop a civil war that would have destroyed the Hidden Leaf, and he did it with zero credit and zero therapy. Eren, once a freedom-loving boy, turned into the most dangerous man alive by his need to protect his people. And how did he do that? Oh, no big deal. Just by flattening 80% of the entire planet. Both of them made impossible decisions for the sake of peace. And here's the unbelievably amazing twist. They were both right and wrong. Let's talk about the cycle of hatred. That classic shonen theme where one act of violence leads to another until someone says, "I'll be the bad guy to end it all." For Itachi, the cycle was between the Uchiha clan and the Leaf Village. Decades of mistrust, oppression, and paranoia created a powder keg. His solution: kill the match before it lights the fuse. Genocide, but make it tragic and dramatic. For Eren, the cycle was Marley versus Eldia. Hatred baked into generations, titans turned into weapons, children turned into soldiers. Eren said, "I'm not playing this game, I'm flipping the entire board." It's twisted, but in their own universes, both broke the cycle. No more Uchiha rebellion, no more titan wars, no more hope, dreams, or intact civilizations either, but hey, at least they got the pieces of body parts, peace, they were looking for, right? Now, the million-dollar question: who suffered more? Let's compare trauma resumes. Itachi killed his parents with his own hands, lived as a villain to protect the very people who hated him, carried guilt alone until he died from illness while smiling in the arms of his little brother, who then tried to nuke the entire ninja world. Up next, the suicidal maniac named Eren. Eren saw his mom get eaten, was manipulated by his father, inherited memories that shattered his worldview, became a godlike being only to realize that he had no real choice in anything, forced to kill innocents, friends, and eventually himself. Honestly, Eren's trauma is cosmic, but Itachi's pain is intimate. One carries the world, the other carries a brother's tears. Verdict: Eren Yeager suffered more, but Itachi's pain cut deeper on a personal level. Eren bore the weight of the world, while Itachi bore the death of everyone he loved. Eren is a martyr for humanity, Itachi is a martyr for family. So if you're asking who had the heaviest burden, Eren wins. If you're asking who was the most broken soul, in my opinion, Itachi holds that crown. But if we go further into their stories and fast forward up to their deaths, would my final verdict change? Let's see. Heaviest burden: Eren Yeager. Eren knew everything, past, present, future, and still chose to become the villain for a world that would never forgive him. He carried the memories of his predecessors, the inevitability of genocide, the loneliness of knowing his friends would be forced to kill him, the horror of becoming humanity's devil. Willingly, even after death, Eren dies beheaded by the woman he loves, knowing his name will be cursed enforced by history for generations, burden unchanged. His mission never gave him peace, only purpose. Verdict still stands, Eren holds the heaviest burden. Most broken soul, Itachi Uchiha. Itachi's suffering was lifelong. He lived a lie, loved silently, and carried the death of his entire clan on his shoulders. But in death, Itachi found peace. He and Sasuke reconciled during the war. His truth is finally revealed to the world. He smiles, disappears, and dies knowing Sasuke knows the truth. He suffered endlessly, yes, but his soul was healed before it left. Verdict does indeed changes. Itachi was once the most broken soul, but he died whole with love and redemption. Eren, in contrast, died trapped in fate, misunderstood, and emotionally shattered. Heaviest burden, still Eren, nothing changed that. He bore the weight of the entire world until the very end. Eren suffered more, bore more, and died more broken. Itachi suffered deeply but found redemption before the end. So yes, the original verdict evolves. Eren Yeager now holds both titles, the heaviest burden and the most broken soul. Now let's get controversial. Were they justified? This is where the morality gets murky. Itachi. He committed preventative genocide. The Uchiha hadn't rebelled yet. He made the choice to end them based on what might happen, and the only one spared, his little brother, whom he emotionally scarred for life. Justified? Technically, yes. Morally, debatable. He did prevent a war, but in my opinion, there were better ways to prevent genocide. However, in the reality Itachi was in, he was simply trapped by time, secrecy, and isolation. Itachi chose the path he believed would cause the least bloodshed, sacrificing his soul to protect the village and his brother. Eren committed reactionary genocide. Marley already attacked. His people were under threat, and he learned that no matter what, the world would never forgive Eldians, so he said, fine, I'll erase the world instead. Justified in his own logic. He believed there was no peaceful solution, but did he really have to go that far? In my own opinion, no. Eren took it way too far by taking away millions of innocent lives. I can empathize with Eren since we all were a witness to his tragic backstory, but in terms of moral standpoints, annihilating 80% of the world to protect your own mamacita, your own personal friend group, or your own personal Avengers. I mean, that's just, as Justin Bieber put it, overboard. Conclusion, I personally think what both of them did was unjustified, since both involved committing mass murders. However, in both their respective minds, both were justified by their own personal logic, but neither escapes moral bloodstains. But hey, at least they both got cool memes out of it. In terms of how Obi-Wan put it, I have the high ground, but only in terms of moral standpoints. Who's the most righteous devil? Itachi, killed to prevent war, saved the village, never glorified his actions, lived humbly, never bragged. Eren, killed to ensure survival, killed innocents and children, accepted hate, didn't ask for forgiveness. So clearly, for this, Itachi wins the moral high ground, but not by much. Eren gets points for honesty, but Itachi gets points for selfless suffering and secrecy. I therefore award him the "Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you" award. Now for the fun part, Itachi versus Eren. Round 1, combat. Eren's Titan form is ridiculously powerful. Founding Titan plus Attack Titan plus War Memories equals universal threat. But Itachi has Genjutsu. He could trap Eren in a Tsukuyomi before Eren even transforms. In that illusion, Eren could live a whole life in peace with Mikasa in cabin paths and do their own version of the rumbling inside the cabin, as they were clearly destined to since season 1, only to come back and realize it was just a dream and he's still a virgin. Talk about Uno reverse cards. I mean, seriously, in my opinion, Eren and Mikasa should have had their own rumbling in cabin paths, but Isayama said, "Fuck that shat, you're gonna get beheaded by your mamacita." What if Eren transforms? But here's the kicker. Eren needs physical transformation time. Itachi's speed and Sharingan would make it hard hard for him to even activate. So, unless Eren has time to rumble, Itachi wins in a 1-versus-1 assassination-style duel. Who protects humanity better? Eren wiped out most of it. Itachi saved his village, not the world. While I don't think erasing 80% of the world counts as saving, it all depends on your perspective. Itachi protects the status quo. Eren resets the world. One saves, one destroys, but both do it for peace. But if I had to choose one, Eren Yeager protects humanity better. Not in the moral sense, but in terms of effectiveness. While his actions are horrifying by wiping out 80% of the global population and eliminating the immediate threats to his people, he creates a brutal but undeniable era of peace, forcing the survivors to reconsider war, power, and survival itself. Itachi, though noble, only preserves a flawed system on a small scale and allows corrupt leadership to continue, protecting his village but not the greater world. Eren, through destruction, resets the playing field, making him the more impactful protector of humanity's long-term survival, however dark the method. Don't misunderstand. This is not an endorsement of his methods. Genocide is an unforgivable atrocity, and morally, Eren fails by a cosmic margin. However, when judged purely by the outcome and scale of impact, Eren's actions reshape the world in a way that Itachi's more restrained, localized efforts never could. Itachi preserved a broken system. Eren shattered it to force change. If Kakashi Hatake met Eren, he would 100% tell him that in any world, those who break the rules are scum. That's true. But those who annihilate 80% of the world's population are even worse than scum. What happens after they fight? Let's say Itachi defeats Eren in battle. Eren lies defeated. Tsukuyomi shatters his psyche. But then they talk. Eren explains everything, the trauma, the future memories, the inevitability of war, and Itachi, he understands. They're the same. They both sacrificed love for peace. Both became monsters to save children from becoming soldiers. And maybe, just maybe, they sit in silence watching the sunrise, knowing no one will ever understand them. A quiet ending for two loud legacies. So, what have we learned today, my fellow scholars? That peace sometimes comes from monsters. That genocide isn't always just evil, sometimes it's desperate. And that Eren and Itachi are two sides of the same tragic coin. Whether you're Team Yeager or Team Uchiha, one thing's clear. These two broke the cycle of hatred by becoming part of it. Drop a comment below. Who suffered more? Who was right? Who would win in a fight? And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into sadness, betrayal, and morally questionable genocide, smash that like button like Eren smashed 80% of the world's population. Don't forget to subscribe for more anime philosophy, dark humor, and wild crossover theories. This has been your host, B the Wolf, in the multiverse of pain, signing out. I'm gonna go cry in pain now and listen to FM Static.